Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel, The Bucket List Mom. My name is Elizabeth, and so we have another weekly update. A lot of good things happened this week, and so I have lots to share. I'm kind of excited for it. This is update number 15, and I have been on the carnivore diet today, exactly 14 weeks, so I'm super excited that the time just keeps on passing. I can't believe this is week 14. It went a lot faster than I expected. I am feeling it a little bit. I do get tired of it a little bit more regularly now, but it was definitely a lot faster than I imagined it being. So yeah, I'm super happy with the way things are going. So one thing real quick, you guys, before I get too far into this video update of telling you what happened this week, I wanted to mention that my husband is going to let me interview him, which is super exciting because he just came on the 1-year mark of doing the carnivore diet. So he has been doing it for an entire year. He has not cheated. He has not deviated from plan at all. He has tried some hard cheeses and some heavy cream and different things like I have, but he has not done anything illegal off the carnivore plan at all, which is super cool. And he has lost a lot of weight, you guys. I'm not going to tell you because I want him to be able to share it with you, but he's going to let me interview him. So if you have any questions or anything you want to know from somebody who's been on this diet for a little bit longer than I have, then go ahead and hit us up in the comments of what you want to know or what you want to hear, because as soon as we have that, we're going to go ahead and create an awesome video for you guys. I'll start right at the beginning. I did not actually lose any weight this week, so the scale stayed exactly the same, and I'm okay with that because I did some things this week that were all like good things, and so I feel like okay about that. So one of the things I did was take a lot of regular walks. So almost every night, maybe I missed a couple of nights, but most of the nights of this week, I took a nice mile walk around the neighborhood. And I know a mile is not super long, but it was enough to start with. And it feels really good to be doing that and to be getting some exercise and to be feeling good enough to do that. In my video last week, I talked about how I was just feeling really hungry. And so this week, I really wanted to take a look at that and to change some things. And so my husband and I really worked together on kind of what I'm eating and figuring out how to change it up so that I'm not as hungry. And so what I did was I really kind of fat loaded this week. I ate a lot more fatty kind of meats, which is really hard for me. I cannot stand the consistency of fat in my mouth. And so I tend to go for the really lean portions of meat, and I think that's creating a lot of hunger for me and a lot of weakness. And I know that if I keep doing that, I'm not going to be as successful on this, because really the only fat I'm getting is butter. I eat a lot of butter, but it's just not doing it. I don't want to feel as weak as I've been feeling as often. I've been talking about that a little bit now because I don't feel good enough to exercise. And so it's is this really working then if I don't feel good enough to exercise or go anywhere? I still have to live my life, right? So this week I loaded up on a bunch more fatty things. I ate things like ribs where it wasn't directly fat, but I got just more fatty portions. I've eaten a lot of hamburger meat. We've been putting the hamburger meat in kind of a soup where we boil the hamburger meat in the soup so that if I drink the broth, I'm getting all the fat from the hamburger. So that's been kind of helping. And so it definitely did help. There's been less hunger. I can still get a lot of hunger throughout the day where it just kind of comes on really fast and strong, where all of a sudden I'm just oh my gosh, I have to eat. So I'm really not totally enjoying that feeling. So I still feel like I have some work to do in that area, but definitely if I'm able to take walks, not be quite so hungry. And then I tried some exercise this week. Not a whole heck of a lot, and that was because it did kind of hurt my knees a little bit. So I'm really gonna have to find some ways to be very gentle and to modify it, but I'm really thinking about that and working on that, and so I'm kind of excited to see if I can get myself into a routine. So I did work on it a little bit finally, which is really, really good. And so another thing I did this week may have contributed to not losing much weight, but I tried adding back in a couple of things, and not so much officially because I'm not going to continue to just eat them as part of my diet now, but I did have cheese maybe once or twice, try a couple different cheeses. I'm not finding that I truly need the cheese, that it's really helping satiate or anything. I felt kind of neutral about the cheese, so I'm gonna not add back in cheese regularly. I said that in a previous video or two, but I'm still kind of there. So even though I tried it this week, it's not something I want to add back in regularly. I did try 1 dollop of Greek yogurt, and I put that in my hamburger soup just to see if it was gonna make a difference, like if it was something that helped me be more full. And honestly, I didn't even notice it in there. And I think it hurt my stomach a little bit. Maybe something is hurting my stomach a little bit. And so I'm not sure that I want to keep having that. So it's not really on the list for right now. I really want to keep going. I've got like, what, 2.5 months or so at this point until I get to like my 6-month mark. And then I really kind of want to evaluate how much weight I've lost, where am I at with the 6 months, how am I feeling? So I really don't want to change up a whole lot until then. And maybe at that 6-month point, what I'm really wanting to add back in is avocado. So, but I'm just not quite ready, even though I did try that little dollop. I don't know, I didn't find that I needed it. I couldn't even taste it in the soup. So, and then we did try making homemade ice cream. So I did try some heavy cream. You can make it with that. We mixed a little almond milk in it, which I've been having the almond milk anyway, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't seem to be affecting anything. I've been having my lemon and lime juice in my homemade margarita. So I've been doing that like every day, which is really helping me. But we decided to try this ice cream. So you put the heavy cream, you put almond milk, we put a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. You can put some egg yolks in it. And my husband makes that sometimes, and so he made it, and so I was like, you know what, what the heck, I'll try some. And it was delicious. But it did make me go back up a pound. So then it took like a day or two for the pounds to go back down again. And it also, it really hurt my stomach. That for sure hurt my stomach. I think maybe the cheese or the Greek yogurt also did, but the heavy cream truly did. So it was a pretty immediate reaction. And when I say hurt my stomach, like kind of cramping and bloating, and so I can tell it's not completely normal, you know, something is going on. So normally I don't have that, just whenever I'm eating the meat, so that's cool. So yeah, all in all, it was like kind of a successful week, even though I didn't see the pounds drop too much. You know, I just keep kind of living this and troubleshooting things, and getting on here to share it with you guys of what it actually looks like. But yeah, I'm excited because I am still, so I'm not quite at the 30-pound mark yet. I'm still at 27 pounds lost, but I am noticing some changes on my body. My shirts are definitely looser. They're fitting a little different around my stomach, and looking in the mirror, I feel like my stomach is a little bit less, which is hard to tell, you know, it's hard to kind of tell, but yeah, it does look just a tiny bit slimmer. So yeah, I'm really starting to feel excited as the weight goes lower and lower to start seeing some of these results. This is the hardest part. The higher weights are the hardest part. When you start to really see a difference and start to get lower and lower, it starts to get more exciting, I think. So I'm really excited to see, you know, what is going to go down and what happens as I get further along. And I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, coming up for this next week, I'm hoping to drop some weight now. I'm not planning to deviate at all. I'm just going to be back on the meat. One thing we did that was really cool is we did like a Taco Tuesday night, and we tried making the Carnivore chef recipe of some homemade tacos. So we might have to make that in a video for you guys. It's just hamburger meat, seasoned really nice, and then you do eggs and you grind up like some pork rinds and you make kind of like this little taco thing. So it was just kind of fun to try something new and try something different like that. So we might try some more of those kind of recipes this week. I'm hoping the scale will go down, but I'm gonna keep taking my walks because I'm really enjoying that. I'm really liking that. And I am gonna keep trying to figure out the best kind of exercises for me, what my body can do, and keep trying to get myself in a routine. So at least a couple of times this week, I'm gonna really need to exercise. I'm gonna take a look at that and figure out, okay, what am I doing, and you know, how can I make this more regular part of my routine? So those are the things coming up. I'm gonna keep trying to get as much fat as possible, and I really want to conquer this kind of hunger and weakness. I don't feel super great with it yet, or that I have a grasp on it yet. It goes away, like I do get full and then it'll go away, but the hunger comes on too fast sometimes and too quickly, and I feel too weak, and that makes me not really want to go anywhere. It makes me want to stay close to the house. It makes me just not feel super great in this lifestyle, and so I really need to fix that. So that's something I'm going to be working on for this week. So I will be excited to get back on here next week and let you guys know what I did with those things. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I love when you comment, so definitely hit me up on the comments. Let me know how you're doing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I start to sail on these ocean waves. Nobody knows how to find us. It's turning out to be a perfect day. I just wanna leave our normal lives behind us. So